Oh, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be learning about the dot equals method. Now, this is a really important method because it's essentially is a very useful method when you're doing the programs. So far we've only been using operations on primitive types. It doesn't make much sense to multiply string s or see one string as less than the other. But what if we had two users logging into a site and we wanted to see if their usernames were the same? With objects such as string s, we can't use the primitive equality operators. To test equality with objects, we use a built-in method called dot equals. So for strings, you cannot use the dot equals. Okay, you cannot use that. Cannot use this. But you can use dot equals. Okay, can use dot equals. Okay, so with objects such as string s. Okay, and then when comparing objects, make sure you use the dot equals. Equals will work occasionally, but the reason why it sometimes works um, has to do with how objects are stored in memory. For the purpose of this lesson, as well as good practice, remember to use dot equals instead of equals when comparing objects. To use it, we can call it on one string by using the dot and pass in the other string to compare it against parentheses. So for example, if we have, let me make this a little nicer to see. If we have, let's say, person one's name is Paul, person two's name is John, person three's name is Paul. So if we have person one dot equals person two, it's comparing person one and person two. This is obviously false, so it's going to print out the false. Then you have another person one and person three, which have the same name, so that's going to return true. So it's very easy to use. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we have 3 lines from a song in song.java. First, print out whether line 1 and line 2 are the same. All right, easy. System.out.print line, and then we're gonna do line 1 dot equals line 2, and perfect. Now print whether line 2 and line 3 are equal. So I could just copy and paste this, but just so we're trying to practice here, try to limit as much as you can to not copy and paste, because then it just becomes a habit and you're just like, oh, what do I write here? So definitely try that. And that should be good. And then in the next lesson, I'll teach you guys how to do string concatenation, which is another very, very useful thing, useful technique in Java. You'll be using this a lot. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.